Coming up on today's episode, good Wednesday afternoon to you all YouTube. It is 12:07 now in the PM as I look at the monitor in front of me there. Here with you at the bench in the flapping mode, if you will. I want to let you know first off, I got all the stuff ordered for the JCP, which is right down here. I bought the double-sided sticky tape, and I ended up getting epoxy for the other piece because I just don't think the other repair I'd planned, maybe the super glue instant or plastic surgery, I think it's called. I do have that on the way, but it's coming via eBay, and it'll be a while before it gets here. But the other two items are coming from Walmart, and I will be picking those up in less than an hour, hopefully, as long as they are in stock. They were supposed to be. The other thing I wanted to show you or talk about here today is the item I just bought on eBay this morning. Today is payday. It may ring true that I do tend to buy things like this on payday. But the first thing I bought was another cassette deck. I will be flashing up pictures here, and the first one I think we're going to look at is basically just the cassette deck itself, the front view of it. It is an MCS, and I'm not really sure. 3551 I think is a component system number or something like that. I don't know exactly. But if you look at the picture I'm flashing up on the screen now, you'll see that it does kind of work. The needles do move, obviously, and it does light up. So that part of it is good to go. Now, I don't know on the other stuff. We're going to go over these pictures one at a time. Let's look at a close-up here of the cassette itself. Now, these decks, I've had these decks before, like these, and it's got the screws that hold the door on, which is kind of nice because you take the door off, you can get in there to clean the heads, things like that. And, well, there is the number, 3551. How about that? But anyway, that was the deal on that. And so let's go to the next one. There are a close-up of the meters. And you can see the controls. It is a pretty full function tape deck as far as what it's got available. It's got Dolby, it's got EQ, whatever that is, and I don't even know what it is, bias, and stuff like that. It's got the record level. One of the things I do like about these types of cassette decks are the VU meters. I do not like the lights. Alright, I'm back again. This is part two of this. The camera messed up on me, I guess. It stopped recording anyway. So we're going to continue on from where we left off. We're looking at the VU meters on the tape deck that I just bought. There's one end of it. It looks okay. The case looks all right. There's your outputs on the back, along with a cord. And I don't know how well you can tell it, but I think there's a close-up of the cord later. It is taped, so that will need to be fixed. And there's a close-up of the outputs, inputs, things like that. There is the taped power cord for it, and you can see that's just needs to be fixed. That's not a big deal. Now, this last item we're going to look at, is the report from the operation of the deck, and I don't know how well you can see it, but power, pass, tape stop, fail, tape start, fail, tape rewind, fail, tape forward, fail, tape eject, pass. So basically, all of the functions of the tape deck actually running seem to be missing. So I thought it would be interesting because I'm going to post this now before we get to it. And I want you guys in the comments to leave your ideas on what the problem is. Is it the motor or is it the belt? That's the big thing right there, I think. I don't think there's too many other things it could be. Probably are, but you know, those are the two main things. Either the motor's not running or the belt is not on there. Now, I did see a comment somewhere. I thought that he said that he heard the motor running, but maybe that was on. I saw two of these. The other one was $9.99. The guy wanted for it, and I was going to buy it, but he had a $41 shipping charge on it, and I thought, well, that's just ridiculous. And I decided at the last minute not to get it. So if we look at the full ad there where I bought it, you see it sold for $37.50, and that's with free shipping. So I think I got a pretty good deal on it. I like this style of tape deck. Again, like I said, I've had these style before, and I like them. They're just good, better than the double decks that they sell after this, the little more modern ones. This is a little older one. It isn't, like I say, an MCS. It's a modular component systems made for JCP. And I thought after the other JCPenney's I've been working on, it would be kind of interesting to do one of these. Now, this is of course, this is a component level system, and I believe, from what I've heard, their components weren't that bad. The MCS. So these were made in Japan, as far as I know. So, like I said, we'll see. But you can see there. Let's look at the description, just see what it says. MCS modular component system 3551 stereo cassette deck parts repair. Read description. I thought that's what we were reading. This unit has been tested, but the tape player does not work as read on the testing report. So that's all it says. That was the other one. Must have been the motor ran on. So, like I said, there you go. I think this was in North Carolina, I believe. Yeah, Apex, North Carolina. So I don't know when I'll get it, but again, it will be coming up on a future episode of DERB. And as such, we'll get to it then. But again, if you would, run your ideas on what's wrong with this deck in the comments. I think it's kind of interesting that it gets you guys involved in stuff like this. And I know most of the people that watch my channel are pretty experienced in electronics. So, like I said, it would be kind of interesting to see what everybody thinks about it. So, this guy here had a make offer. I think he actually had the price of $10 more, $47.50, and he stated in his somewhere, I forget now where I saw it, but he stated that he does read or pay attention to the offers, and he will respond to any offer. And that's what you need to do, because it just doesn't do anybody any good to just ignore it because you think it's too low or whatever the situation is. So, again, happy about that. Seems to be a good seller. So, we'll see how long it takes him to get it here and what kind of shape it arrives in. So, all right, that's going to do me. Again, parts are on the way for the JCPenney all-in-one unit. And that should be worked on either this evening or tomorrow for a video on Friday. Of course, this will be part of that video as well. But I don't know how long I've been doing this, but I don't want to take too long because I don't even know if it's even recording. But it did make a noise before, so I'm thinking it makes a noise when it stops recording, I hope. And I hope I'm not talking to myself for nothing. So, all right, that's going to do me. Like I said, we'll get back into the JCPenney when the parts arrive. I kind of wanted to mention, I think I forgot, but the weather here has been very, 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 very warm. So much so that my air conditioner is not keeping up as it should. As many of you guys know, I keep my AC on 78, and that's not much, but it won't even keep up with that. I noticed at night it does, but then during the day, in the heat of the day, or even right now, actually, I think it was the temperature inside it got up to 79. So I don't really know what's wrong with it. The filter's been changed. Everything's been done there. I'm just thinking, because I noticed in the past, a couple of times when I went down the hallway to look for something, on other warm days that I noticed the inside temperature was more than the thermometer setting, so, or the thermostat setting. So I'm guessing that it's just not keeping up. So, well, I have to keep an eye on that because we need our AC. So, you guys have a good one, and like I say, stay tuned for the next clip. Good Thursday morning to you all, you two. 8:57 now in the AM at the bench once more. This is the obviously dowel plate, dowel face, dowel scale, whatever you want to call that thing. Plastic piece that is mounted there. I have it clamped with the double-sided sticky tape, as you can see there. That's what that is. Basically, I took a strip as the length that I needed from this, and then cut it in half lengthwise, and that came out to be just about the exact amount I needed. And like I say, I'm gonna let those clamps on there while I work on the other part. I obviously won't be able to leave the clamps in on that one end, this end down here, to get that in because that's blocking my access to it. So I thought I would go ahead and do that. The construction crew across the way there from my house that is building the house are setting the roof trusses today, and I was watching that earlier. They're trying to work in the coolness of the morning as much as possible, I'm sure, and it looks like they're going to be able to get that done. They had 2 or 3 set when I sit there and watched. They're pretty darn quick, and that's the way you got to do that stuff. It's like Bob said, it's time's money. So you got to kind of get it done, get her done. This sticky tape is maybe a little bit thicker than I wanted originally, but I think it'll be okay. It allowed me to get my the little pins inserted to where locating pins, whatever you want to call them, and those are in like they're supposed to be on both ends. I did clean off the dowel scale face as best as possible with not tough stuff, but simple green and alcohol to get the tape residue off, and got that done pretty good. And I think this will work out just fine. I don't know how long it's supposed to set up. I haven't really read the directions, but again, I think an hour or so, I think it should be set well enough to where I can take that clamp off this end here and get my epoxy, which if you didn't see it, there it is. I bought this same type before, and it does work. It's sets in 5 minutes, which is good. So basically, I need to get it all ready to go. Alright, don't want to talk too much. I talk a lot as it is. Hoping to get this done and at least glued. It won't be set. I don't think this epoxy really totally sets up that quick. It says setting time 5 minutes, but I think that's just setting time. I think the fully cure takes 24 hours, I'm pretty sure. Okay, yeah, here it is. Full strength is 24 hours, and that's what I will let it go. Once I get it set, I'm hoping to be able to use a clamp or something to hold it for the 5 minutes. It also, I'm going to work on that first before I even put any glue on it, or mix any glue, I should say, and get that all done first, and that way I'll be ready to go. So, alright, again, here I am talking. Like I say, we'll be back later after this has time to set up for a while. It is, like I said, a little after 9 now. And we'll come back and revisit this maybe 10, 11 o'clock. So, alright, we'll see you then. Alright, well, I am back. It is 11:11 now in the AM. So it's been a couple hours since I left these clamps on here. And as you can see, they're both still there. I'm going to take them off. There's one. There's two. That kind of left something behind. Let me get that off. So there you go. I think that's pretty good stiction, I think. We're going to say it is, even if it's not. So basically, like I said, those are stuck on now pretty good. And I think that will work just fine. So that all looks well. Again, it is lined up according to whatever was on there before. So let's try it and see. Let's see. I think that's 99. Right there's the thing, so that's right on the money. I believe that's 100 something, so that's pretty close to. That's 106.1. That's right between 104 and 108. So I think we're good to go there, and both channels are working, by the way. So that's good. Turn that off. So that's working. Like I said, next thing up is going to be mixing up some epoxy, and I do have a. I'll have my little blue thing I used to use. I've got this to mix it up on. It won't take much. Like I said, I'm going to get this moved around a little bit so that I can get a better view of what I'm working on. Because again, I've got 5 minutes to get it, hold it there where I want it at, and that's going to be difficult in itself. So if I had some way of clamping it, I would, but I don't really see any good way of doing that. So, all right, let me get set up here, and I'll bring you back. I'm going handheld for this. I just want to show you this end piece here so that you can see pretty good that basically right there, the two little tabs that it's got to fit over. And I'll show you the other piece. You can see there's cutouts there where it was around there. Maybe you can see that a little bit better there. Let's try it against that. Yeah, you can see that a little bit better. So that's all it's got to do. It's got to fit into that basic thing here. You can see where the old one's still left in there, where that broke. So that shouldn't be hard to do. Let me mix up I've got my toothpick in here to dab it on where I want it at. And let me do that real quick, and we'll come back later. So join us then. Alright, well, you can see it's been close to 5 minutes now. I've been holding this here. It's getting solider and solider, if that's a word. So a little bit difficult to get a good picture of this, I guess. But you know, I think you can see my thumb there holding that. And like I said, my plan is to put the light bulb in it, and then I'll take some hot glue and fill above the light bulb to hold it in place. And also that will kind of fill up that cavity a little bit in there as well, I believe, and hold it even better. That's the plan. Now I don't know how well hot glue will work with a bulb that's on a lot of the time. Obviously when it's not on, it probably won't bother it, but like I say, I will leave it off for a while until I make sure it's good and cured. So that's the plan there. And again, I think once I do that, I'm going to take and route these wires up above here. I think there's a couple holes there, and I think I can get those wires routed so they're out of the way of everything and not be any further problem, I guess I should say. So that's the plan there. So again, it was 11:29 when I started holding this. It is 11:36 now. I think I can pretty much let go of it. It stays. So that part of it's pretty much done. I would kind of like to have something holding that. I may put a piece of tape around here to help secure that just a little bit more. And I think that might be a good idea, or better yet, even take a piece of tape down to this way. That way I don't get on that, what do you call it? If I can find my tape. That's one of the things. Oh, right there it is, right in front of my face. Let me do that real quick. I'm going to go right around here. And that's really all I want to do, is just basically hold it there so it doesn't move out of position. And that should do that. It doesn't have to be a lot, just something to hold it in there so it can cure for its 24 hours and be held in position. That should work. So there you go. I've got my, I always use my glue on my surface to indicate how stuck it is, and it was stuck pretty good. So it did cure pretty good. Always happy about that, because you never really know sometimes if it's going to cure or not. So that's good to know that it did cure. So that's that. Probably not going to do anything else today on this, because I want to let this again have its setup time properly, and I want that a good secure fit in there, and so that I don't have to mess with it again. The scale turned out really well. I'm glad I left it on 2 hours instead of 1, and I think that worked out much better. Alright, so like I say, there you go, that's that. And, oops, you guys, what are you guys looking at over here? I don't think you're looking at the right thing, are you? Always hard to get that camera mounted just the way I want it. I think you can see it. Anyway, I'm about done anyway. The guys over across the way there are getting, they're over half done now, I think, on the roof. Trusses, setting those, and they're going to town pretty good. So I wish them luck in the heat. Not too bad right now. AC's keeping up well. It's still 78 in here where I want it. So I think later in the day is when we get the real heat here. It got up to 83 here in the house yesterday, and that's pretty unbearable. It's not so bad. I think maybe if there's a problem with the AC at all, it's probably in the dehumidifier part of it. Doesn't seem to be taking the humidity out of the air as well as it should. So either that, or maybe it's just so humid that it can't keep up. I don't know. I don't really know how air conditioners work that much. So, alright, that's going to do me. Like I say, I may come back one more time. If not, I guess we'll talk to you guys later. And hope you all have a great day. I may bring you back sometime this evening and show you this one more time, just to make sure that it's getting there. In other words, I'm not going to put the bulb in for sure until in the morning. But you know, again, I just want to maybe take another look at it and see it. So, all right, that's going to do me. Good evening, YouTube. Here with you on at 6:57 in the PM, almost 7 p.m. So it has been a while since this has been setting up, and more than likely I would be okay to go ahead and start working on it, but I'd rather err on the side of caution, and therefore I'm not going to mess with this until probably 11 o'clock in the morning or thereabouts. And I want to make sure that this thing is fully cured and is ready to go. I don't want it to fall off in the middle of me trying to do something with the bulb or put hot glue in or whatever. I just don't want it to mess up. So that's the way that's going to end for this video. We'll have to wait for the next video to see. You know, plus I want to, you know, at the same time I want to get this thing back together and put that another coat of oil on that phono motor like I told you I was going to. And I still haven't actually cleaned the head on the 8-track, and I need to do that yet. So a couple, 3 things I've got to do to it, and like I say, that's what I'm planning on doing, is doing those things. Now, in the meantime, as if that wasn't enough, I was on eBay again. I don't know why I do what I do, but I do. What I ended up doing, and I'm going to see if I can bring this up here real quick. I have it here. I'm going to be flashing up pictures. I'm not going to mention what I'm flashing up or anything like that because I'm in the workshop now. I'm not in the computer or in the living room working on a computer. So I am wanting to kind of go through this, and I'll flash the pictures up in post and let you see what I'm talking about. So first item I bought is a Panasonic SA PM12 5-disc CD AM/FM cassette stereo. Like I said, the pictures will flash up as I deem necessary. I think there was just 2 pictures besides this one I'm showing you now of the auction. I bought it for basically $20. And if we look at the description, let's look at the description. I forgot what it says. Let me go to the description. Panasonic SA PM12 5-disc CD FM AM cassette stereo system, no speakers. It says do not power on for parts only. Now I think that meant does not power on, but that's just a matter of grammar or whatever. So the way I'm looking at this, I think that's going to be easy fix. Usually where power is concerned, if nothing works, it's usually an easier fix than if just one thing doesn't work. So that's the way I look at that. Again, I've been looking, this one at $20 and $15 shipping wasn't bad. So I thought that would be, worthwhile and be a nice little unit. So that's coming. Hopefully, it says, before the tracking is even present, it says estimated time is Monday, but, take that with a grain of salt, I guess. So that one is that one. Now the next one we're going to look at is a Sony, and the number on it is a CMT NEZ3, and it's a mini bookshelf stereo CD cassette tape player AM/FM radio. Basically the same type of unit, but I believe this one is a more of a micro type or mini type. And as you can see by the picture, I think it comes with the box, the original box. And I think it's got an AM antenna with it. But I think they said the remote, well, we'll look at the description here. But let's go ahead and look at the rest of the pictures. You can see down there, if you look at the CD chamber with the door open, I think you can see, Bob pointed this out, and I noticed it too, but it is rather dirty in there. And so that's going to need cleaning for sure. And then on the back side, if you look at the back, it's hard to see, but up there in the corner, see, when I say the corner, I'm talking of the unit itself would be the left side above the speaker connectors. There is a jack there called Audio In. Now, I believe, and I'm pretty darn sure, that is a 3.5 millimeter stereo jack in, to where you can put audio in to feed it into the player and use it that way. That works perfectly for Bluetooth. And that other stereo had audio in or auxiliary in too. So either one of these can be converted to Bluetooth really easily. So that's going to be good, I think. So now let's go down and look at the description. It says it describes the unit there and says only function that works is the radio. Sounds great. Includes original box and AM antenna, missing remote and FM antenna. Not a big deal. Item will be shipped, and that's I'm not even going to go through all that. But again, there's 2 items that don't work. Generally speaking, I concurred with Bob. As far as the CD is concerned, I think cleaning may help that. It says only function it works, so we don't know if actually the thing doesn't work at all, or if it's spinning and it's not just picking up, or what. So good cleaning of the laser on that will help that, I'm sure. And again, the other part for the cassette could be the belt, so or the motor. So again, there you go. There's a couple, three things that I've got to looking at now, and also I didn't put this up on the. I don't think I made in fact, I know I didn't. I didn't make a picture of this, but I've also got a bid out offer, whatever you want to call it, for a Sony RX66 hi-fi, and the price they're asking is $35, and the shipping is $18.24. So I put a bid of $25 in on it, or offer $25. And I think it's a reasonable offer for what the deal is on it. Again, it's for parts of repair. Now, the unit itself looks fairly decent, but I'll read the description to you. Sony RX66 Hi-Fi 3-disc exchange Hi-Fi system, mic port, record, parts or repair, FM, AM, cassette player, and 3 CD player, karaoke, etc. Now, there's no mention of what's wrong with it, other in the seller notes where it says, have no idea what is wrong, parts of repair. So, so there again, if nothing works, that's usually a good indication that, it's an easier fix, I think. We're going to hope so anyway. I think this one also has a, I'm not really sure. I'm looking at the back right now. Yeah, I think it does have a auxiliary in on this too. So again, this will be a easy one to Bluetooth as well if I get it. That's a look at what's coming besides the tape deck that I told you about earlier. That has not yet been shipped. Well, they've got a tracking number, but you know how that works. It does absolutely good. Now, here's the deal with anybody that doesn't understand this. eBay will not give people their money until there is a tracking number, basically. And that's what people do. Sellers, they get their tracking number. It's easy to do. You go on to Pirate Ship, any of these, sellers, get the postage. You paid for the postage, big deal, until you actually take that to the post office or wherever you ship it from. I think this particular one of the ones I bought was coming UPS. So, again, hasn't been picked up by them. So, like I said, it just really doesn't do any good to do that, because that's no guarantee it's going to be shipped. I mean, other than the fact that they have paid for postage. So, why would you pay for postage if you're not going to actually ship something? So anyway, that would just take away from your profit, I think. So anyway, that's that. And again, that's let me see I'm just looking at the model number on that. Sony is HCD-RX66. See the backside of it now. It's got the full model number on it. So, but anyway, that's what is happening here. So again, this is gonna set up overnight, and again tomorrow sometime I will put the bub, the bub. Here's the bub. Anybody doesn't know what the bub looks like, there's the bub. Put that in there, and it goes in there, and then I will fill that up with, well, I don't know about fill it up, but I'll put some hot glue in there to hold it in place, and that should do me fine. I hear Bob on the text, so I'm going to get off here and see what he wants. And I am going to bid you all adieu until the next time. You guys have a great day. Thank you so very much for watching. And we will... Oops, I almost pushed that thing. See ya.